I would like to ask building official, Mr. Yong Kao, to accept the proclamation for Building Safety Month. Very good. All right, so I would like to ask Mayor Pro Tem Chu to say a few words.
Well, thank you for Mayor Wong. Thank you for recognizing that this is Building Safety Month. And it is your department that assures that we have a great neighborhood with really uplifting values that matter to all of us. Because if we did not adhere to some of the standards and didn't keep up with the standards, our neighborhoods would start deteriorating. So it starts with you guys. Well, it actually starts with planning, but you guys are actually the ones that make sure that the plans are being followed for the safety of each one of us. And even though many of us sometimes when we submit plans, we don't like what the planning department is saying to us. But there is a reason why the rules are there, and there are reasons why you and your team have to implement that. So thank you.
Councilmember Lau.
Young, I think you have done an awful lot for the city. Under your capable leadership, you have really, keep the city safe and also, in compliance with all these federal, state, and local laws. And also you utilize your outstanding experience, your knowledge, and your leadership in, supervising your staff, for the benefit of the city and the resident. So we really want to thank you for so many years of dedicated, committed service. So I want to commend and recognize your dedication, commitment, and your significant contribution to the city of Monterey Park. Keep up good work. Thank you. Yeah.
Councilmember Venti.
A lot of residents may not realize this, but I think I may be one of the only developers that really had to work with Young Cal. I'm involved with the Monterey Views project up here in Monterey Park many years ago. And when you deal with building department in any developer, it's always a very difficult thing to do because we see it one way, they see it another way, but they see it a way that they're going to have to live with it forever. The developer comes in, develops, and leaves. And I think that's one thing I have to commend Young Cal and his staff many times before, that they have to do the job for the city. I know it now that I'm an elected official. I realize the liabilities that the cities carry with them forever. Because when those mountainsides start slipping down the hills, they start blaming the city, and the developer's gone. And so it is a very serious task that your department does, are involved with, and I appreciate it, and thank you very much for your service.
Thank you. Councilmember Ng.
Young Kao, on behalf of the City Council, we want to once again congratulate you and your staff in being recognized for this month. It's called Building Safety Month. I didn't see it on my calendar. I didn't know there was such thing as a Building Safety Month, but congratulations.
Now we have one. So building department is the department that looking after all the building codes are met and in compliance. So whenever you do a remodeling, building, a new building, this is the department that makes sure everything is in compliance. So thank you very much. Young, do you have something to tell us?
I just introduce some documents. May, the month of May as a building safety month roughly divided into 4 weeks. First week is designated for the emphasis of green building and environmental safety and sustainability. Second week is for natural disaster, and that mainly means earthquakes in our area. The third week is for fire safety, and the fourth week for backyard safety. That means barbecue, brush fires, swimming pools, and so on. The fire safety is one of the areas that we have done the best. As Mayor Pro Tem mentioned that many fires actually have been prevented. 30 years ago, while we still had a lot of old houses that were built prior to the building code, the number one cause of house fire was a furnace. Electrical wiring is also high on the list. Today, we don't have many of those houses anymore, and the top causes of the house fire are cooking, candlelights, and cigarettes. That's just to show what has, what we have changed on the life safety issue. About the earthquake, so we have made 2 documents available for everybody. The first one can be downloaded from FEMA website. The document is called FEMA 526. It has a lot of good information about what kind of food, tools, and other stuff that you should stock up so that in case of emergency, you are more prepared. How you can identify potential hazards in your house. How can you shut off gas or water in case there's a rupture of those pipes, and so on and so forth. Another document that we have is provided by the city of LA. It's a single sheet of blueprints showing the details for retrofit anchors. And it comes handy if you want to discuss with your contractors and get a quote for strengthening your house and adding some retrofit anchors without having to incur upfront costs to have somebody draw up something like that. We don't have anything yet for you for the green building yet, but we are in the process of putting together one. The state is coming up with a green building code that will become effective January 1st. It's going to be a brand new, this is going to be the beginning of a new era. For the past few decades, we have focused our attention almost exclusively on safety issues, and as a result, we have built many safe but unhealthy buildings. We have built many safe but inefficient buildings that's costly to maintain, costly to operate. The public essentially is demanding the industry to build better buildings and to build them in a more responsible way. We try to put together a guide that will help our residents and local builders to meet those requirements and make the transition as easy as possible. Again, I want to thank our mayor, our council, for promoting the awareness of building safety to live and work safely. And while we cannot predict or prevent earthquakes, at least we can get ourselves as prepared as possible. Thank you.
Thank you. Yong, I know that the state legislature has an ordinance that requires all the cities to cut down 40% of the carbon dioxide emission by the year 2020.
The state has passed several legislations. The landmark legislation is AB 2032. In order to achieve that goal, there's a legislation, SB 375, about the planning, land use and transportation planning. The other arm that they try to use to help achieve that is the Green Building Code that I was alluding to.
Okay, thank you very much. So City Council have the great pleasure to present you this proclamation for the Building Safety Month, May.